Yes, yes, people. We are back live. We are back live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube for another edition of the ManDem United podcast, which is the podcast dedicated to all things Manchester United. So please keep all your questions, all your comments, Manchester United related, please. And of course, brought to you by myself, Flawless Mr. Take Note, aka Man of the People. And first and foremost, as always, make sure let's get the like check on. Let's hit double figures, people. Let's bump up the likes on the video as soon as you land, whether you're watching this live right now or you're watching this back after the live. Hit the like button on the video. Make sure you do so. Let's go up into double figures. Make sure you share this across all of the socials as well, please. Share this across all of the socials. And just as important as those two things, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Sarcasm City TV, people. Hit the notification bell as well. It is road to 5K. We are just over 200 away from 5K. I've actually not double checked it today, but I believe we are still just over 200 subscribers. So let's get under. The aim for today is to get under 200 subscribers. I swear it was like 214, 215. So all we're asking for is like 20 subscribers over the course of today. And I know some of you lot are new. So make sure you do so, people. Hit that subscribe button on the channel. Make sure you do so. And get your questions in. And as you can see from the title, Crystal Palace and Arsenal, two big games for Manchester United. A massive week for Manchester United. And it's the Tuesday edition. So it's great to be able to welcome back to the Tuesday edition, Mr. Red United TV. Man like Ivorian Spice is in the building. Yes, Ivorian, what you say?
First of all, big up to everyone that's tuning in right now. Yes.
Yo,
Can
your
you hear me?
audio's off. Yeah, your audio's crackling a bit. It's crackling.
Let me change it to my Bluetooth.
Yeah, no stress, man. But Ivorian's in the building, people. He's back here on Tuesdays. And don't forget, this is the new time for all the ManDem United podcast, 4:30 p.m., people. This is the new time for the show on Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, people. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well. Abdullah says here, just in, West Ham are considering a move to sign Harry Maguire on loan. What, in January? What, this month? Abdullah. Man said, mirror Darren. That's them, Darren. Yeah, that's better. Yeah. That's better. Yeah, go on, Ivorian, my guy.
But as I say, big up to everyone that's tuning in, first of all. It's been a while, man. Happy New Year to everyone, of course. But yes, back again. Big up to everyone. Congratulations, Flawless, as well, for the success as well. And also, man, I'm good though. By the end of the day, I'm a happy Manchester United fan. Ever since we last saw each other, things changed. Time has changed for us. We're looking good now. These days we can afford shape ups. We're looking good. We're smiling all the time. People are asking us, why are you not upset anymore at work? Like, you used to be upset. What's going on in your life? I was like,
team's doing well, yeah, the team's doing well. The team's doing well. So we're going to discuss all that, though. Don't worry, people. Like I said, big week for Manchester United. So we'll be previewing the Crystal Palace game, which is tomorrow. Of course, we'll be talking about the Arsenal game as well. Ivorian will probably give his thoughts on the Manchester derby, plus more. And big up to Z as well, who says, bless up, Flawless. Hope you're having a good day. I'm blessed, Z. I hope you're good. Time to shine says, let's go. Abdullah says, big up everyone and smash the likes, guys. Big up. And Z says the same, smash the likes. Yeah, man, let's just hit double figures as well. But Abdullah, this, like I say, this is news to me. West Ham considering a move to sign Harry Maguire on loan. He said 28 minutes in, I saw this in Twitter. So I'm guessing it is this month. So you know what? We'll start there. I'm all for it. You know what I'm saying? But I'm only for this deal happening if we are to sign a centre-back. That's what I'm going to say. Only if we replace him. I don't want to see Harry Maguire go out on loan to West Ham or anywhere else and we don't replace him. There's a lot of matches coming up. And whether you rate him or you don't, he is going to play matches. Maguire's already played. He's going to play games. And say a Martinez injury happens or a Varane injury happens and we've moved on Maguire, you're down to two centre-backs. You don't want to be in that situation. We need bodies at this point. So if Harry Maguire is to be moved on, even if we brought in a centre-back on loan or we promoted a centre-back from the youth team, I'm cool with that. Like, I'm absolutely fine with that. I have no issue with Harry Maguire being moved on, but it's all about replacements. Don't leave our squad short. I'd rather have players who are not good enough than players who are not there at all. That's what I'll say on that. Your thoughts on this, Ivorian?
First of all, I'd just like to tell everyone that, listen, that's a lot of capping on Twitter. Let's be real. Like, Manchester United are in a situation where We're not going to sign that much people. We're getting players on loan. The Maguire situation, I know it's pleasing on the eye to see that, because we've seen Maguire, apparently he was somewhere in Birmingham having food. Apparently he might be linked to Aston Villa, but that wasn't true. Like, let's be real. Like, we need Maguire for squad depth. Looking at the current situation of Manchester United, they're a club that wants to sell, first of all, to get rid of Maguire. And I don't believe Manchester United will buy another defender in this January transfer window or loan out Maguire. And especially for what we have in a roster with someone that Phil Jones doesn't play, Lindelof as well. So we need Maguire to be there, just to be the captain, just to fill the void, not really play, just hit the bench and support Varane. And Varane is injury prone. For those that want to believe it, you can believe it. But I know for now, regarding Manchester United, the fact that the club's up for sale, they need to sell first, the club, before they even sign players. And I don't think the Glazers will be making heavy investments for a club that they want to sell. Right now, let's be real. No, it's all right, man. Let's be real. Like, you all know it. Like, we're going to be sticking with Maguire to the end of the season. I'm happy to see him there till the end of the season, because I know he won't be playing. We all know he won't be playing. Here and there, Carabao Cup games, those games where we can afford to lose, we'll play him. You know what I mean? So, until Manchester United sell their club, that's when they will be investing in a proper centre back to replace Harry Maguire. Like, if we was to pull him on loan now, who are we gonna get on a loan
that's
deal?
It. Like, we'd have to get the loan, and you'd have to do the deal quick, considering it's now the 17th of January. So we'll see in it at West Ham. But West Ham are in dire straits; they're not in good form. So it makes sense why they would be looking for players on loan. But yeah, I'm not. I would be surprised if the deal happened. You know what I'm saying, I would be surprised if we let anybody go, considering we're light with everybody now, which would just make us lighter. We already need players, and centre back is actually one department in terms of numbers we're okay in. So it's like, to let him go, that would be weird, because we have 4 centre backs, we have 2 left backs, we have 2 right backs. Defense, we're all right. It's more so the midfield you look at, and the attack. There you go.
I like the
like,
you said we have 4 centre backs. We didn't even count Phil Jones in. You
see what I mean?
You see what I mean? We don't even know if he's still there, but he's there collecting paycheck.
Is Phil Jones even registered? I don't even know if he's registered with the squad. Can he play? I legit don't know if he's registered.
I legit heard that he got deregistered and got thrown into the under-23 locker room. I remember that. Ten Hag packed his stuff. Him and Tuan Sembe told him, you mans are training with the under-23s. You're not part of the squad no more.
This guy, Marcus says, this is going to be an audio-only podcast for me, but quickly, would you start Casemiro regardless tomorrow, or would you start Fred? If we beat Arsenal, can we win the league? So multiple questions there. And yeah, Marcus, just glad you can tune in, whether it's audio, your audio and visual. Big up. We'll go to you first on that, Ivorian. Would you start Casemiro regardless tomorrow? And let's not forget that if he gets booked, he would miss the Arsenal game. If he gets booked.
Casemiro himself.
Yes, Casemiro and Fred. Both of them.
Fred.
Yeah.
Oof. But to be honest with you, we need Casemiro to play against Crystal Palace. Crystal Palace are a tough team, especially at Selhurst Park. We've all been there. It's really tough for Manchester United, and you need someone like Casemiro, his leadership, his ability to motivate, and his way of organising, because we need that as well. So it's a risk that we probably have to be willing to take. We just have to hope that Casemiro doesn't get booked and he's on his best behavior. Unless you guys want to see McTominay play in midfield, especially tomorrow away, no way. I'm willing to take the risk. I feel like should start and possibly be on his best behavior. Casemiro is a world-class centre-back. He knows how to produce a tactical foul without receiving a yellow card. You saw it against City. You saw the blocks and etc. So he knows when to pull in and pull out. That's his woman. She knows when he pulls out, and he pulls out really well. Yeah. I'm back. Yeah. But yeah, and regarding the second question, would you start Fred?
Fred's in the same boat as well.
I'd rather say Fred for Arsenal, because so he can be extremely focused on that job in hand, the task in hand that he has on this Sunday, so he can execute it really well. When you have a job to do and all you can do for the next 6 days is think about that job that I have to do against Arsenal on someone like Odegaard, you perform well. And I tell you what, Sir Alex Ferguson was great at that. He will tell your pull a player beside you, said, you're not playing this game, but this is the game that you'll be playing. And all that player does is think about that game and the job that he has at task, and they execute it very well. I've seen that in the past with under Sir Alex Ferguson when he brings in those John O'Shea's or Darren Fletcher in those big games, although they haven't been playing. So yeah, I'd rather risk Casemiro tomorrow for his quality, his leadership, because we need it at Selhurst Park. We need him. And Fred, rest him. And then possibly bring him on tomorrow, but rest him in particular for Arsenal because we need his legs. We need his blessings. We need his preaching. You know, Pastor Fred needs to preach that sermon on Sunday. So we need him, Flawless. What do you think? And if we beat Arsenal, can we win the league? I'm not answering that question.
I said I'm not. Now we're gonna get into that. We're gonna get, because me and you haven't spoke on this. This is how long we've not spoken. It's only been a couple weeks to the point where now people are talking about United in the title race. So I actually don't know your thoughts on that. So we're gonna get into that. With the Casemiro one, I would not start him, Marcus, because I think he is absolutely critical in us getting a result away at Arsenal. Going to Crystal Palace is tough. 110%. Even though Palace are in the best of form, I'm expecting that place to be rocking. And even though they were poor against Chelsea and they were poor against Spurs, I'm expecting a much better Crystal Palace, and they have players who can hurt you. However, you have to pick your poison. And when you look at what's the tougher task, it's easily Arsenal. As much as I don't want to see McTominay play, I'd probably go with, someone mentioned this. It was on the ManDem United yesterday, and someone, I can't remember who it was, but salute to you, and was like, would you try Martinez in midfield for that game and play him alongside Eriksen? I probably would prefer to see that rather than McTominay and Eriksen. I'd go with Martinez and Eriksen. Confidence is low with Palace, even though the place of confidence is low, and I trust that midfield pivot against them. So I wouldn't play Casemiro in the game because I believe he's very, very critical to us getting a result at Arsenal. Fred, the same. I wouldn't risk Fred. I also think Fred, not as important as Casemiro, but I think he's very important to the game plan, because I want to see us go to Arsenal and set up the exact same way with the exact same personnel as we did against Manchester City. I want that to be the 11. I want that to be the game plan. And for that to happen, everybody who played against City has to play against Arsenal. So I wouldn't risk Fred, and I wouldn't risk Casemiro. This is where Ten Hag's man management and his skill set comes into question. So I wouldn't risk either of them because I think they're both very important to the game plan. Like Casemiro more so because obviously he's better than Fred, but we don't have a Fred-like replacement. Unless he decides, all right, I'm going to play Fred in this Palace game, he gets suspended and he puts Martinez in the midfield with Casemiro alongside Eriksen. Maybe he's got options. And as if we beat Arsenal, can we win the league? I'll state this and I continue to state this. No, I don't believe this team is good enough to win the Premier League. I want to be wrong on that, Marcus. Even if we beat Palace and Arsenal, I don't think we can win the league. But that's just my opinion. Other United fans think different. Well, I'm looking at a game at a time, and I'm enjoying the progress we're making. I'm enjoying watching Manchester United. Me and Ivorian been the happiest we've been when Eddie's on here. Happiest we've been talking about Manchester United on the show and other special guests that we have as well. Big up to Eddie in the chat as well. I continue to get through your questions. Wait, there's over 30 of you lot locked in. We're even at 20 likes. Next milestone is 25 likes, people. We're at 16 currently. So let's get that up to 25 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. You know what I'm saying? Let's get it up to 25 likes, people. Let's do so. Well, yeah, you lot. Sorry, I know I'm a bit behind on the comments. Rogue says, take Maguire for free. James says, flawless. Man United really offered Garnacho 20k per week. 20k, because I heard he's going to be signing a new deal. That's probably just whether this is true or not, that'll just be the starting point. He'll probably get more than that. But it's the starting point. You start low and then you build up. It's a negotiation. Like Garnacho was signed, so I don't really pay too much attention to it.
Yeah, go add to that, flawless, because I don't know why people are laughing or surprised. What happened to those days where you had to earn the money that you deserve as a football player when you come through the youth ranks, you know? Because there's so many players these days, especially young players, I've always said it before, that get offered at the age of 18, 50, 60, 70 or 100k, and they haven't done anything. And then for that, to them, they'd be like, I'm set, I'm made. I don't need to work any extra harder. The lower you get paid coming through the youth rank, 20k, the more you determine you're willing to work harder to show your manager you deserve to be on the big bucks as you continue to develop. And that's one thing that Manchester United haven't done so well in the past, flawless, like giving players the number 10 shirt when they haven't worked their way towards a number 10 shirt. Right now, deserves it. Yeah, and giving players like, for example, who was got the number 11 shirt without really earning his stripes, you know. So players, young players are now, they need to earn their stripes. They need to learn how to earn their stripes. They need to go back to cleaning the senior players' boots. 20K is right, deserving, because you consider the fact that Garnacho has been here for a couple of years, hasn't really played that much first team football. You're still learning. 20K is what you're valued right now, and that's how much Manchester United should be offering him. If they want to offer him about up to 50K, cool. But
yeah.
I'm not going to question that. £20,000 for an 18-year-old that hasn't really played that much first team football, that's still got a lot to show. Facts. You should be happy. Yeah. That changes your life regardless.
I agree.
You're not here for the money. You're not here for the money. You're here for the development and the career, right? You'll get the money. The money comes at the end, you know.
The money will happen. Yeah, if you can bear in mind, people, he's only played 3 months. It's not like this guy's been here a season. And I've been very impressed with Garnacho. Very impressed. I'm a fan of his. I think he can be important this season. And I think he can be very important going forward with the skill set he has and the manager he has. But it's about, it's not about potential, but it's kind of about potential, but it's more so about what have you done? And he's played 3 months. He's played 3 months, people. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, and yes, we've seen his impact in the Manchester derby. Cold, but he shouldn't be what we're saying. He should be on 100K, 150K, 200K or for no. You know what I'm saying? 20 to 50, starting the negotiations at 20K. I have no issue with that. And if he's like, I want more, cool. That's a negotiation between the player and the club. Or he'll probably get, if he gets 50K, cool. I say ain't coming out of my pocket. You just want to keep him hungry as well.
Yeah, keep absolutely. Him hungry.
But you also want to tie him down to, I want to see him get tied down to a 4 or 5 year deal. You know what I'm saying? Make sure he knows right where we're investing in you because you've had an impact in the team. But yeah, go on, carry on.
Yeah, absolutely. That's the thing about especially the young generation, you know, they just want things handed to them without really, really working hard, you know. And Garnacho was one of them. I can see it. Like, if he gets the money that he deserves, I can see him going AWOL, going off the drift, you know, because you already saw at the start of the season during the summer preseason where he was behaving oddly, and his idol is CR7, and CR7 is not the best person to take notes from and replicate what he does. You get me? So I always said it before, I'm 20K up to 50K. You need to earn your stripes to get that top dollar 100K because you don't deserve that right now. And some players need to humble themselves, and especially the agents, they're in their ears as well. So that he's probably listening to his agent. These times he's okay with 20K, but his agent's like, no. 50, 60, moving like, you know, the guy that passed away is Paul Pogba's former agent. But yeah, man, youngsters just need to accept it because you need to work hard. Otherwise, if you get 100K flawless right now, he thinks he's set, doesn't need to work any harder.
Yeah, it can do that. Like that can have a knock, and that can be subconsciously that could happen. Not even like he's intentionally doing that. So I hear what you're saying, 100%. Abdullah says Manchester United are understood to be ready to sell Harry Maguire in the summer, despite the fact they will have to accept a considerable loss on him. I think everybody knows Manchester United would have to accept a considerable loss, but he's not even fourth choice centre back. He's fifth choice. He's behind Martinez. He's behind Varane. He's behind Lindelof. He's behind Luke Shaw. He's fifth choice centre back. And one thing about Maguire is he wants to play. Like somebody mentioned McTominay as well. These players want to play, which I have no issue with them wanting to play. But if they're not a part of the manager's plans, they will be moved on, which I'm cool with. I have no issue with. I'm fine with. Big up to Cap says Battle of the North was elite this week. Hey, that show's hilarious, isn't it? Shout out to Matisse, shout out to Hassam, shout out to Daps. Like that's one of my favorite shows to do. There's a playlist for it on this channel. I update it in a week, but it's on Matisse's channel for those that haven't seen it. After this show, make sure you go check out Hilarious, innit? You got United fan, a Liverpool fan, City fan, and Matisse just stirring the pot as a Chelsea fan as well. So make sure you check it out. Hilarious shit. Ad says McTominay has been heavily linked to Newcastle, probably the best transfer away from Manchester United that I'll ever get, but we will need him also till the summer. As bad as he is, we need him for depth, and I agree with that. I have that same thought process on Maguire, on McTominay, and all the players we have currently. Whether I rate you or not is not what I'm talking about. I'm talking about just bodies and squad depth for the rest of the season. If someone could say we could move on McTominay and bring in a player, I'm all for that, but don't move on McTominay and bring in nobody. That's just stupid business. That makes no sense whatsoever. I don't get why Newcastle have been linked with him. To me, when I look at Newcastle's team, unless it's the homegrown thing, that's the only thing I can think of, because where Newcastle are trying to go to, I don't understand why they would try and sign a Scott McTominay. If you're a mid-table team, or you're battling relegation, I can understand the value in a Scott McTominay. But for Newcastle, who are trying to elevate up and trying to break into the top 6 and become a European side, whether that's Conference League, Europa League, where they're currently in the top 4 now, Scott McTominay to me makes no sense when you look at their midfield with the likes of a Bruno G. So maybe it's a homegrown thing. I don't know. Or maybe they're going to play him as a centre-back. But hey, I'm all for McTominay being moved on. Like, that's all I can think of.
In the summer,
like, it makes no sense. Go on.
Definitely, I'm with you. I'm all for McTominay moving in the summer. But for some reason, every manager that's worked under Scott McTominay likes him. So some of us have to follow the pill. He's might be here for a long time.
It's because he has good fundamentals. When I say that, I'm talking about follow instructions, will play any position that you put him in, run like energetic, gets up and down, all of those things. You know what I'm saying? Like, he's never a problem. And when I say he's never a problem, I'm not talking about in terms of skill, like in terms of following instructions. Like, if a manager asked McTominay to play left back, he'd do it. Like that's what I'm talking about. Like, he's just, I'm just guessing, this is the outside looking in. He seems very easy to deal with. Like, you don't have to worry about him turning up late, or him being a bad trainer, or him being disruptive, or him talking to the media. Like, he just seems like he's a nice lad. You know what I'm saying? And all the compliments that he gets is nice lad. You know what I'm saying? He'll make you a great cup of tea. All of those things. Like, that's what that is. Will help out his teammates. All of that. But that's not good enough to be playing for Manchester United. But I think that's why managers like him. He don't seem to have an ego like that. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you said, McTominay playing, he playing that. Like, literally, he would. Yeah, go on, Ivorian.
Yeah, I just got to say, I've just seen some news coming out on United Report saying that Sir Jimmy Ratcliffe's company has formally put themselves into the process of bidding for Manchester United. So maybe we can talk about that later. But yeah,
we'll definitely talk about that. 100%. We'll talk about that. And you lot, we've gone over 25. There's over 40 of you lot. So let's go. Yeah. We're going 40 likes, people. Like, check 1, 2. We're aiming for 40 likes now. We've gone over 25. Let's bump up the likes. Subscribe as well if you are new. I know some of you lot are new. Hit the subscribe button. Hit the notification bell. It is road to 5K. Hit the notification bell. Sarcasm City TV. Big up to Noah, man. Good to see you in the chat as always. Says big up Flawless, the legend. Love for the kind words. Viral says, go strong for the game tomorrow. We need the 3 points to take to Arsenal. 100%, but we have to also back the other players. We have to be sensible. We have to back the other players to get a result against Palace. Palace not in good form. They're not in good form. I watched them against Chelsea. We all know how bad Chelsea are. Palace were worse. I watched Spurs, who we also know how bad Spurs are. Beat them 4-0 at their place. Will it be that easy? No, they're going to be up for it because it's Manchester United coming to town. However, I think a midfield of a Martinez and Eriksen is good enough to beat Palace. That's what I'd say about that. That's what I would say.
I completely agree. And it's not like Martinez is unfamiliar with the role of playing as the number 6.
One-off.
He's played there before for Ajax at the start of his career and then moved to centre-back. So it's something that he can do. And Ten Hag probably trusts him in that. You saw it, I think, a couple of games ago where they brought him on to just solidify the midfield. I think it was against City when they played him up in midfield in the DM role. But yeah, I'm all up for that, you know. Eriksen does look a bit tired, to be honest with you, Bob. Then again, we have no option since Donny van der Beek has got injured.
Absolutely. That's what I'm saying. That's what it is. And Eddie says here, for me, Fred is more prone for a yellow than Casemiro, but I also want to rest Casemiro. Personally, I'd rest them both. That's just me. I think you have to pick the tougher task. But I agree, Fred is more prone to a yellow card than Casemiro. But I don't want to go to Arsenal without either of them. Akil says, need to start Casemiro. If we end up dropping points to Arsenal, what's the point of saving him for Arsenal? Pick the best team, finish Palace off soon and get him subbed. Akil, this makes sense, but then I can flip it and go, all right, we play Palace, who are the weaker side. They both get booked. Who will we playing in midfield against Arsenal? If they both get booked, which could happen, who is playing against Arsenal? It's Eriksen and who? Eriksen and McTominay. I'd rather play the weaker side against the weaker opposition. That's my thought process on it. That's just me, though.
That was the funny thing, Fred. Fred hardly plays, and he's a 1 yellow card away from a yellow card. I'm like, where did you get these yellow cards from? Casemiro's been playing for a long time. Huh?
Yeah, he gets booked a lot, though.
I think he comes on, right. He probably comes on, can see a yellow card because he moves me like Scott McTominay. You know how McTominay comes on and gets his customary yellow card? That's exactly what Fred's been doing because I haven't seen it, you know. I'm like, wow, 1 yellow card away. Fred, are you sure?
Yep.
It is what it is. It is what
Big up to Z. He says, guys, we win games with McTominay and Eriksen in midfield against Southampton away, Leicester away, etc. If we can't trust McTominay in this game, then wow. I don't trust McTominay in any game, Z. I watched us play against League One opposition and McTominay not stand out when we just play Charlton Athletic. I don't trust McTominay in any game. However, it's a squad game. He has to play, unfortunately. He's going to have to play somewhere. Let me repeat that. Charlton Athletic, who were in League One. And I watched him and Fred in that game, and neither of them were great. Neither of them stood. You should be standing out. I'm sorry. If you're in a Premier League side and you're playing a League One side at home, you should stand out. And none of them stood out. That's what. So, it's like, it's not ideal. I'd probably go Martinez and Eriksen. I wouldn't even play McTominay tomorrow. I'd go Martinez and Eriksen. That's just my personal preference because he adds the aggression. You know what I'm saying? And even though he's small, he's physical. And I think he's a better without even seeing him play in midfield, I think he's a better midfielder than Scott McTominay. That's what I would say. And I think he's a better partner for Eriksen as well. But that's just me. And like Eddie said, here, chat mafia, hit the likes. Yes, man, hit the likes, people. Z said, Flawless said I'm battling enough if we beat Arsenal and Palace when still not in the title race. LOL. Wow. Yeah, because I don't worry about races we can't win. That's why. You can worry about that, Z. I'm not concerned about being in a race we can't win. If you believe we can win the title, cool. I don't know why this bothers people so much when I state this. We cannot win the league title, in my opinion. So us being in a title race is an empty question. I don't care. That's like when people compare leagues. I don't care and say, oh, the Premier League's the best in the world. Guess what? I don't care. Because I'm not. What's the trophy for that? There's zero trophy for being the best. Like people arguing over these empty stats. United are in the title race, but we can't win it. So what's the point? It's like top 4, but that's just me. That's just me. Hey, you lot, there's over 50 of you lot locked in right now. Big up, big up. Let's bump up the likes, man. Like I said, 40 likes. That is the next milestone, people. Where are we at? Let's see. Don't miss anything. Ethan says, we need physical players. Palace have got many black physical brothers. I don't know why you had to mention they're black, but we move. You know what I'm saying? Very strange. We don't necessarily need physical players. Who are the physical players in Chelsea's midfield? And I just watched Chelsea beat them.
Not that many I know of.
Yeah. I swear, Zakaria's injured. So who did they play in midfield? It was Kovacic. I think it was Jorginho. And it might have been Gallagher. But I think it was Kovacic and Jorginho. I can't remember. So who were the physical players in Chelsea's side when they just beat them? Who were the physical players in Spurs' side when they beat them? Maybe Højbjerg, and that's it. Like I said, Basuma didn't play. Like, they just got runners. So, yeah, I don't understand this comment at all. I'm not going to lie. Ethan goes on to say, Flawless, we got a better team than Arsenal's. We can be the dark horse this year. You watch. I hope you're right. I just genuinely don't believe we're good enough. But, yeah, go on.
Individually, we do have better players than Arsenal. You look at our defense, yeah. You compare, for example, Saliba to Rafael Varane or whoever their best defender, Gabriel. They're nowhere near the class of Rafael Varane. And you look at his partner, Lisandro Martinez. You can probably compare them with the Arsenal 2 centre-backs, Saliba and Gabriel, and say, yeah, they make weight. And then you look at Luke Shaw and you look at Zinchenko. I think Zinchenko is probably slightly a bit better than Luke Shaw. But at the right back as well, we've got a better right back, you know. And in midfield, that's where we just outshine Arsenal. You look at Christian Eriksen, you look at the world-class centre defensive midfielder in Casemiro. By the way, way better than Thomas Partey. You don't compare stuff like that. It's like you don't compare gold to bronze. Like you can't do that, man. And Bruno Fernandes, you got Odegaard, who's a terrific midfielder and he's doing really well. But then you look at up front, we have the better quality up front in terms of our Anthony. You look at Marcus Rashford, Jadon Sancho when he's firing, and of course Martial as well up front. But technically. And what better than Arsenal in squad depth and strength as well? Arsenal, they get injury to either Saka. Look at the situation with Gabriel being injured. One little injury to Odegaard, who's replacing them. So yeah, man, we're slightly better, but Arsenal are the better team in terms of where they are in their development, their squad development, the project as well. They're far ahead compared to where we need to be. But I'm proud of what we've achieved so far because I feel like we're way ahead of schedule now. In terms of Ten Hag's squad development, but we'll see in it. But my honest opinion is that Manchester United their squad's stronger.
Oh yeah, I just don't think that. This is why I still expect City to go on a run and do the business and catch Arsenal and win the league title. But we will see. Eddie says, I think it's because Bruno G is injured. Yeah, because Bruno G did pick up the injury against Fulham, but I would expect Newcastle to have a better replacement in mind for Bruno G than Scott McTominay. But you could be right, Eddie. This makes sense. Emma says, shout out to Emma says, Ratcliffe is old. Who is going to be them? Who is going to be in charge or the face of it when he's gone? I don't know. Like I said, I always say the same thing when it comes to Manchester United owners. Somebody got to put the money up. The only time I will properly in-depth discuss this is when someone puts the money on the table. Somebody make an official bid, because I've been hearing this for years now, whether it's this billionaire, whether it's this millionaire, whether it's this consortium, is this company, is this business. Somebody has to make an official offer. That's why I don't pay attention to rumors. I don't, even with Liverpool and their Qatari owners, pay it no mind. Someone got to put the money up. I'm saying hella rumors. I can say, yeah, I'm bidding for Manchester United.
I'm surprised.
I'm
surprised in Flawless that this is taking this long for someone to make a bid. This is Manchester United we're talking about. This is Manchester United, a club that makes you or annually grosses over 600 million. You know, annually. The second to third one, between 1 to 3rd most followed club in the world. I believe probably the most followed football club in the world. You're making your money. So I'm kind of surprised why it's taking so long. I know they want a certain fee, but I know there's a lot of rich men out there that say, you know what, I want to buy this club. I don't have time to waste. It shouldn't take this long to sell Manchester United, you know. If you're selling someone like, for example, you're selling a lower club, then you think about it. But when Manchester United are up for sale, you don't think about it.
Yeah,
you're supposed to go straight away. Like, I hear you, bro. I hear everything that you're saying, but I want to buy this club. Anything negative you want to throw towards me right now, I'm not listening to it, bro. I want to buy Manchester United. So it shouldn't take this long, but business is it's a lot of money in it.
Yeah, it's a lot of money. Before I get to that, I think we might have been raided. Salute to my guy, Carefree Lewis. Yeah, he has raided us. Hey, big up to my G, Carefree Lewis. G. There's now over 100 of you lot locked in. Go on, fam.
What matters if it's Ratcliffe is old or not? At the end of the day, it's his company that's buying it. It's not him. The owner may pass away, but you know the people that are in charge will always be there at the end of the day. You look at the Glazers. The dad passed away. The sons are in charge. It doesn't matter as long as they're innovative and they're willing to just invest into the club. Then it doesn't matter, man. Ratcliffe can buy the club. He can leave it for his kids. And he can leave it to his consortium. As long as the consortium has the best interest at heart of Manchester United, that's what all that matters to me. That should matter to everyone.
Facts. And yo, big up everyone who's just joined from Lewis's stream. Big up my G, Carefree Lewis, every single time for the raid. There's now over 140 of you lot locked in. So you know what? Let's get up to, we're just under the 40 likes. Let's go up to, we'll go 60 people, 60 likes. Like check 1 2 1 2. That is the next step, people. 60 likes in it. But big up everyone that's locked in. Please just keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. Please keep all your comments and questions Manchester United related. So yeah, the reason as well, Ivorian, when you spoke on why no one's made a bid, 1, it's a hell of a lot of money, and 2, so much goes into it. This is why for years and years we've been hearing for yonks over a decade about this, like I said, this business, this company, this billionaire, this millionaire, and no one's made a bid. There's a reason for that. There's a big reason for that, because there's so many things that go into a deal of this magnitude. That's what it is. But yeah, let's get up to 60 likes, people. Everyone who's just landed from the raid,
breaking news, you know, Surgery Ratcliffe wants to, it's popping up. Sky Sports already popped it up, so it's a thing now.
Okay, all right, someone drop that in the comments.
It's official when slow news pop it up, because they're very behind in it, so we know.
Eddie says Crystal Palace doesn't have a lot of control in their midfield. We'll probably have a lot of the ball, and they'll try to capitalize off our mistakes, and McTominay with the ball is a mistake. I hear that, Eddie. You know what I'm saying? Crystal Palace ain't I don't think there'll be a possession-based team against us. So that's why I would rather have Martinez and Eriksen in there. I don't really expect us to be doing a lot of defending. Like, I don't expect to go there and Crystal Palace have 60, 65, 70% possession of the ball. We should be the dominant one. So play 2 ball-playing midfielders, or 2 players who are good with the ball at their feet. And Eriksen and Martinez fit the bill. And let Casemiro and Fred rest. Personally, that's what I would do. I'm not trying to go to the Emirates without Fred and Casemiro. Ad says here, months ago, I was happy with Jim Radcliffe's interest. Super rich and a United fan, but after researching what he's done with Nice and how disappointing it's been, he's not good with a football club. I didn't even know that he was he was owner of Nice. I did not know that. However, maybe he's learned from that. Maybe. And to Abdullah, who says, for me, I still want the progress. My opinion, still top 4. I'm not against top 4. Don't get it mistaken when I talk about this. What I state is I'm not celebrating top 4. Never have I ever been like that. The objective for Manchester United this season is top 4. Never. And I don't celebrate it. It should be the bare minimum. It shouldn't be celebrated. We spend enough, we invest enough, and our team is good enough for Manchester United to be one of the 4 best teams in the country. To me, that is basic standard. That should just be mandatory with the squad we have. And then you look at how Chelsea have fell off, how Liverpool have fell off, and how Spurs are. That's 3 of our main rivals. We should. That's why I don't celebrate it. You know what our objective should be? Silverware. That's what it should be. Silverware should be our thing. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, Carabao Cup, FA Cup, Europa League, Premier League if we get there. But the 3 cup competitions, I'm all for. That's what I'm saying. Is this what you was talking about? Because this is what Abdullah said here. I don't even know who that is. It's entered the bidding process to buy United, and I can't even pronounce that. INEOS. I don't even know how to pronounce that.
Eneos.
Is it Eneos? Yeah, I'm saying.
Yeah,
hey, big up our context, Sarcasm City TV as well. Big up.
Company.
Go on, fam. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, it's official now.
I didn't know that.
No one else has put their name up. You don't know. I'm waiting for the rich Arab man to come in. You know, they play sports with their money. They're competing against their Arab friends. Like, my club is better than yours. Put your money in it. Yeah.
I hear you. And yo, let's bump up the likes. Shall we even hit 50? And there's over 130 of you lot in. So like I said, 60, man. You know what I'm saying? We're not even looking for half yet. 60. Noah says, Flawless, what are your thoughts about Weghorst against Crystal Palace on his debut? We haven't spoken on that either, but Ivorian, I'll let you answer this question first. Weghorst against Crystal Palace.
Weghorst, I want to see you in it. I'm interested to see how this turns out, you know, because you know what, yeah? When it comes to Erik ten Hag, his ideas, his selection, his decision making has paid off. You know, we out here saying what Weghorst, where from Besiktas, but this is the same manager that turned Sebastian Haller from a 0 to a hero, bro. From being a flop at West Ham to be a bona fide goal scorer at Ajax. So if Ten Hag wants Weghorst and he thinks that he's got the right profile, the right credentials to do well for the next 6 months, yeah. For him, for his debut, we want to see him play tomorrow just to see what he can do, because with this Martial situation, him coming off injured, we want to see an out-and-out striker. So you never know. I feel like Weghorst might become a good signing. You know, although it doesn't, you know, it doesn't do anything for you when you first heard it. It didn't tickle your fancy when you first heard it. But still, he might have the right conditions. Sometimes we don't need that big player. Sometimes we just need that guy that, you know, knows that he's not famous, he's not the best in the world, but will give you 120% and outperform the guy that's the world-class player like Ronaldo, for example. So yeah, let's see it, man. More up for him to have his debut because he's already match fit. He's been playing. What's there to wait? I don't want to wait. Let's get him throw him straight into the deep end and see how he fares out.
With Noah, yeah, I would start Weghorst against Palace. I would start him 100%. I would start him. Martial's not 100% fit. I would try and get Martial. I'd give him a week off, but give him a break and try and get him fit and ready for Arsenal. 100%. But Weghorst, I would start him. And then imagine Weghorst starts against Palace, scores a goal or plays well and has a great debut. His confidence is going to be for the roof going into the Arsenal game. And then if Martial's not right, you can start Weghorst. Or if Martial is right, you can start Martial and bring Weghorst off the bench. You know what I'm saying? And as we've seen for the goal, Bruno's goal, you've seen how Rashford set the screen and that. Now we got Weghorst doing alley-oops off the glass and that. He's 6'6". He could be in the NBA. You know what I'm saying? And that. He's going to be dunking and that. So you feel me? So like, them plays off by the top of the key and all that. I'm with it. So yeah, with all jokes aside, with Weghorst, I'm very happy about this. And again, here we're talking about options now. And that's the best thing that I like, that Ten Hag can do different things in the Palace game and also different things in the Arsenal game from the start and off the bench in that number 9 position. And it gives the opposition different problems because Martial and Weghorst are different. Palace don't know how to set up because they're like, are they going to play Martial or are they going to throw Weghorst in? And then that alters there because they could be preparing for Weghorst and it's Martial. Or they could be preparing for Martial and it's then Weghorst. It catches teams off guard and opposition off guard, which I love. So yeah, I'd like to see him make his debut. I think he's going to be chomping at the bit to get involved. And if he plays well and or scores a goal, I think like we could have a player who's like, all right, confidence through the roof. And the team's playing well as well. He's going into a team full of confidence and a team that is winning a lot of games and in form. Big up to Manj every time, says big up Flawless Ivorian on the chat. Eddie says, Chat Mafia, hit the like. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button again. Like, check. We've hit 50 likes. I said 60. 10 more. Let's go to 10 more people, 10 more. Continue to get your questions in. Keep it Manchester United related. Don't forget to subscribe to Ivorian's channel, people. Red United TV. I'm going to add it to the title in a sec. So go and subscribe to his channel, Red United TV. Z says, I'm not celebrating top 4. My opinion is we should always aim for the league and we are in this title race. Some of our fans are just okay with mediocrity, saying things like City. Imagine if City do a three-peat. So I'll respond to this because you've kind of got at me indirectly. So, you know, when I say things like City, it's like, oh, just say it with your chest in it. I don't like indirects. How is it mediocrity saying things like City when I think they're the best team in the league? This is what I don't understand. I think City are the best team in the league. I believe they have the best manager. They have the best squad. It's not mediocrity to give my opinion on it. Should we always aim for the league? Yes. But if I believe that we can't win the league, I'm not going to sit here and lie because that's just dumb. And I've never lied to you lot once. I always give my opinion, whether I'm right or whether I'm wrong. I'm more wrong than I am right, but I always state my honest opinion and I always give you lot back up to it. I don't believe this team's good enough. Our aim isn't the league for me. You know what I'm saying? Our aim, I think we use the league to see where we're at up against the competition, implement Ten Hag's system and improve. And next season with a good window, I look at, all right, maybe we can compete for the league. I don't think this title's good enough. But hey, innit? Like I said, Z, you're going to take what I say and spin it. So we move. Big up to Victor. I know he's an F1 fan. So I'll just say it with your chest. You know what I'm saying? It's not mediocrity by saying I don't think we can win the league. I just don't think we can. Any of your sponsors, Mercedes, F1 team, and I can say it will invest a lot into your team. Trust me. All right, we'll see. Mine says like, check 1 2 1 2. Get me? Hit the like button and subscribe, people. Yes, make sure you do so. Don't forget as well, link for the membership is in the pinned comment as well, people. Many great perks, including how to get on the channel plus more. So make sure you check out the membership, people. But subscribe, man. Subscribe. And let's bump up the likes as well. Way too low. Way too low. Let's see where we're at. Waldo says, I thought the Saudis were interested in buying Man United. Again, rumors. It's a lot of rumors. Somebody please put the quotes or the comments from this supposed deal that Sky Sports are reporting, and me and Ivorian will speak on it. But let us know. And also as well, Gavman says, do you agree or would you want a consortium to buy Manchester United? I just want whoever has the football club's footballing interest at heart. I don't care who it is. I don't care if it's Radcliffe. I don't care if it's someone from Manchester who's a Manchester United fan. I don't care if it's a Saudi, someone from Saudi Arabia. I don't care if it's someone from Asia, the Caribbean, Africa. I don't care about their background like that. Do they know what they're doing? 2, do they have the football club's best interests at heart? That's all I care about. All the other stuff is extra. So I don't even care if it's multiple people. Like, I have no issue with who it is. Do they want us to be successful as bad as I and Ivorian and the rest of the fans want us to be successful? That's how I'm looking at it. But that's just me. That's just me. Let's see what we've missed. Have we missed? Ad says, of course, we should aim for the league, but context is also important. This is Ten Hag's first season and he's already overachieving. Don't forget, last year was our worst ever season. I hear this ads, but people like Z Gold don't understand this. That context matters in these situations and don't see how far. To go from your worst ever season to winning the league is very, very tough to do, considering the opposition you're up against as well, considering all the obstacles. So yeah, the aim should always be to win the league. But at the start of the season, no one was talking about us winning the league. Now, because we've had a good January, it is what it is. You know what I'm saying in that? Like, that's what it is. And Tazee says, how do you know I'm talking to you, Flawless? Talking to you in the previous comment, Flawless. Man just calling me out for no reason because I've stated that City win the league. I said it on this show, and you're here often. I see all between in the lines, Z. I know you are. So just say it with chest. You know what I'm saying? Because when you was here at the start of the season, you weren't talking about no league title. Nobody was. Nobody was talking about it. But now all of a sudden, because we've had a good 6 months, it's United can go and win the league and we're in a race. Who believes United will win the league? Someone tell me. Z, do you? Other people in the chat, let me know. Do you genuinely believe we can win it? Yeah, hopeful it is, but that's what I'm not asking that. I'm not asking can we? I'm asking will we, people. I'm telling everybody, all right, since we're in a title race, will we win this league? Is anybody confident enough to say? Don't hit me with cans and ifs and buts and maybes. Shout to James Redmonds. I don't do if, buts, or maybes. I do absolutes. Do you believe we will win this league? Because if we're not, everyone can just be quiet about the situation. Because you're in the same boat as me. Emma says it was our worst ever season, one of Arsenal's best. Now this season, right now, we are basically in the same place. I hear you, Emma. I hear you. I hear what you're saying on that. Noah says United predicted lineup versus Crystal Palace as Lisandro Martinez and Anthony Starr. Let me ask you. We spoke about it, but what midfield would you play against Palace, considering Casemiro and Fred are both a bucking away from this?
Considering what we said, definitely. I don't know, man. It's a tough one because I want some certain players to rest. But yeah, we gonna go with we decided earlier on, for those who miss, but you can always watch it on the playback. It would be ideal to probably throw in someone like Martinez and Eriksen in the midfield. And whenever you need Casemiro to come in to just improve that quality in midfield, then you just throw him in. And I have to say again, flawless. I don't think I've ever told you about how I feel about Casemiro.
All right, talk about it. The floor is yours, fam. You know this show. The floor is yours. Talk about it. Talk about it.
God bless Erik ten Hag for bringing him here as well. Right now, we at the start of the season, when we missed out on De Jong, we were probably pissed off. And then when we heard of Casemiro, for me, I was absolutely happy because it was like, wait a minute. We've been asking for a holding midfielder for a long time. We're getting one of the best, world-class, best holding midfielders in world football for the last, 6-7 years, by fact. From what I've seen so far of Casemiro, even though I've seen him in La Liga, his ability to pass, to break the lines, split line passes, leadership, motivation, the passion he shows, and not the passion that McTominay shows, they're completely different. The passion that he shows. And of course,
before you continue, just got to call you off. One sec, fam. Hold that thought on Casemiro. I'm going to let you do that, innit? But we got our own Casemiro in the building when it comes to Sarcasm City TV, ManDem United. You already know, man. We the best people in terms of content creators. My like Eddie is in the building. Yes, fam. What are you saying?
Eddie wanted to drop off because I was on.
What are you saying, man? You good?
I appreciate the love, my boys. Come on, man.
Every time, man.
Hey, man, I'm kind of a daily blend. Give me daily blend at 17 or something like that, man.
All right, yo, if you want to say your daily blend, that's cool, fam. You know what I'm saying?
Man, that's too much responsibility, man. You know, like that. I can't compete, man. You the real cast, man. Come on, dog.
I appreciate that, man. Love the kind words, man. Love for the kind words. But yeah, go on, Ivorian. Carry on, state what you were saying about Casemiro. I'm all for Casemiro.
Yeah, man. He absolutely the complete package in playing that deep line defensive midfield role where he's spraying the balls, clamping mans as well. And then the fact that he's smart about it in terms of his clever fouls that gets away with it and etc. And Casemiro has been a revelation in our midfield, and it's been something that we've been missing for a good 10 years after Carrick left.
Long time.
It's been so long, and it makes me cry sometimes. Sometimes I wake up at 3 a.m. in the morning. I'm like, I start crying because we have a genuine world-class holding midfielder that's doing everything for us. It makes a difference, man. I can't believe one midfielder changes everything the way we play, the outlook of the way we play as well. Again, I'm amazed by his passing ability because that's not something that you noticed at Real Madrid, but then again,
facts.
You're coming from a Spanish club, and a Spanish club, they hold themselves on their possession-based football and their ability to pass out from the back in midfield and in turns, half turns, and etc. So, again, I'm happy, man. I'm so happy, man. Like, in fact, I'm so happy that I may get a Casemiro t-shirt one of these days, but because this guy's sensational, man. Nothing but sensational.
Well. And to Rogue, who says if we don't play Casemiro versus Crystal Palace and we play bad, we just gave a blueprint to beat us. Everybody knows we're worse with Casemiro. I mean, without Casemiro. That's not a secret. Everybody knows this. If you take Casemiro out of our midfield, everybody knows we aren't the same. You know why? Because we've watched it. In games he hasn't played and games Eriksen hasn't played, you see the difference. You see a huge difference. So it's not a question of the blue. It's not a secret. It's not a secret whatsoever. That's what I'd say to that. But the reason why I wouldn't play Casemiro against Palace, because I look at the Arsenal game. But that's just me. I think Martinez and Eriksen are good enough to beat Palace. That's just me. I could be wrong. It could happen and it goes wrong. But then, like I said, if Casemiro gets booked, which could happen, and Fred gets booked, which could happen, who do we play against Arsenal? That's my main concern. That's a bigger problem. Are we really going to the Emirates with Eriksen and McTominay? And we seen what happened last time we went away to a big 6 with those two in midfield. We got beat by 6. We conceded 6. So that's how I look at it. And Eddie made a great point in the comments before we jumped on in regards to on the ball, how Martinez and Eriksen are much better on the ball than McTominay is. And Palace are going to give us up the ball. So that's what I'd say about it. That's just me, though. Like I say, that's just me. RH says, Martinez, CDM, can't afford the yellow for Casemiro, and he's got the Jamaican flags. Love to see my Jamaicans in the chat. Love that, man. Big up, big up. Wandon says, flawless. We are not ready to win the league yet, so people need to calm down still. If we win it, it would be amazing. That's my thoughts on it, Wandon. I believe we are in my heart of hearts? No. If we win it, of course I'll be over the moon. I'll be out in Manchester celebrating. You know what I'm saying? If the Wi-Fi is good, I'll live stream from there.
Can I pause you, Flawless? Because I've just seen you with one done MUFC. Last year was completely different. You see what Manchester United have done to us? People that were beefing each other, Man United fans, we're cool now. We're agreeing now. You see what I'm talking about? If this was last year before I came on, you and one done wouldn't be agreeing right now. Big up. Man, I know.
Yeah, me and Wonder, we still disagree, but like for more time, we be getting on because like United are playing well, so we're pretty much in agreement. Everyone's happier.
Hey, I've worried. It's like they tied that Bloods and Crips blue and red rag together, just holding it up. They put
Me and Wondon's been on the same page pretty much all season and that. Like Wondon's been like really he's been hella reasonable and like logical and looking at things level-headed, so we agree on it. Like we've been agreeing on a lot. He's been on this energy pretty much the entire season. Like, yo, let's enjoy where we're at. That's what I'm doing. I'm just enjoying. I look forward to United matches now. I look at our fixture list and be like, all right, I don't see, obviously we'll lose, but I don't see us losing. Like tomorrow against Palace, I'm like, yeah, we should win this game. Against Arsenal, I'm confident of going there and getting a win. The derby just gone. I was confident, you know what I'm saying, of getting a win. Like I keep saying this. I feel like somebody's in charge with Ten Hag. There's an adult in the room. You know, that's how before I just felt like nobody was in charge. No one was held accountable and nothing was going on. I mean, and everything was going on, I should say. That shouldn't have been. Where else we are?
And the good thing is, I mean, for all you people saying we're in the title race, it's more reasonable because City and Arsenal still have to play twice. I think after the Arsenal game, the next two like big 6 fixtures would probably be Spurs, Liverpool, and Chelsea away. I want to say
we got Chelsea at home. Chelsea at home, Liverpool away, and do we have to play Spurs away? Or we played Spurs away?
I know we have to play Spurs away.
Spurs away, yeah.
We got to play Spurs and Liverpool away, but it'll be more spaced out. It'll be more spaced out. Like I think the crazy part about this one is we legit can look at a 9-point week where we had to face 2 of the top teams in the league. That would be, I think, a real telling tale for just how the mentality of our squad has changed. Because I'm not gonna, I watched that game because it came down, like I watched it yesterday in full because it came. Like it comes on at like hella early in the morning, so I kind of missed how you saw the highlights and all that. So I didn't want to speak on it too much, but bro, we some fucking dogs. We some fucking dogs, bro. I'm looking.
Eddie, I think people need to deep it as well. We made Man City pass off the pitch on several occasions. People not deep in that, bro. They couldn't
Bro,
pass.
it was beautiful. It was beautiful. They just passing side to side because they know they can't break not one of us down. They could not get past us. I'm looking, and then the thing that took it to a new level for me was you see how when you sub in Garnacho, right? And unfortunately, because I think he's a bit injured, but Martial comes off where we're a bit more possession based.
Before you continue on that, someone said in the chat that he's not fully fit, but this is reports saying that he told Ten Hag he'll play 45 minutes. This is what someone said in the chat.
That makes sense. That's
what he said.
That makes sense. Like I think we just have to manage it and give him some time to rest. Probably after the Arsenal game, because of the fixtures that we have, I could see him getting a bit of a rest.
Yes.
But 100%. Like the speed level was like on some Fast and Furious shit. I thought Vin Diesel was out there on the pitch, big dog. We hit the nitrous on their ass. They was out here bending over, huffing and puffing for air. We had Rashford, Garnacho, Anthony, like Fred.
Yeah, that's quick.
Casemiro. The thing with Casemiro is I love when y'all gave him his props. Like he can play in that madness and be the coolest one out there.
Yes.
And know exactly when to hit people on the break. Just spot on, just having that ID for how to play in each individual person, where they like the ball dropped at. It's amazing. And then I'll say it again. I can't be saying I feel icky. I feel weird saying this shit. I really do.
I know
what
you're
you
gonna say.
You know.
I know what you're gonna say.
Shout out to Luke Shaw.
Shout out Luke Shaw. Yo.
What the hell is going on out here?
Shaw Dini.
You dig what I'm saying? They bringing him back, man. They bringing him back the nicknames and all of that, and it's well deserved.
Yeah.
I got no challenge in when I want to hate. Oh, hate. If I really want to be like that, but I can't with him. Shout out to Shaw, man. It's been dope to see him playing that center back role, and I think that's what gives us as well the confidence to say, like, if we really need to get Martinez out there to get, I think he had a hell of a celebration. That's what I think it really comes down to. Ten Hag saw him, was like, hey, brother, you still sweating out that tequila from 2 weeks ago, man. I need you to go out here and just hold it down. Hold it down on this bench for a little bit. And then come through and we'll be okay. It will come through. We'll be in the midfield. But right now, dog, I'm smelling the Casamigos, bro. I'm smelling the Casamigos. Go ahead, get that out your system. Hit the sign a couple times, then come back. Shaw, hold it down. And so, yeah, man, I'm loving where we're at, and I'm ready for more, dog. I'm not gonna lie to you. I'm ready for more.
No, same. And you lot, before we continue, hey man, we're only at 55 likes, 5 more. Let's get up to 60 people. That is the next milestone, man. Again, like check 1212. Let's get up to 60 likes. There's just under 90 of you lot locked in. Subscribe to the channel as well. Sarcasm City TV. Continue to get your questions in, people. Continue to get your questions in. Ads is here talking about the rumored takeover. Bids are expected to arrive in the coming days from the Middle East, Asia, and USA. The times looking like the end of January and start of February, we're gonna get more clarity on the specific parties involved. I'm just on a wait and see with this. Then I'm just on a wait and see with this. Like somebody, I keep stating this, has to put the money up. That's when I'll talk about this in depth and look into who's taken us over and backgrounds and have they worked in football previously and in other sports or just other businesses in general. But it'd be no surprise if Manchester United are for sale. Once one bid comes in, other bids will. Of course, Manchester United is an absolutely juggernaut of an asset to have. Like worldwide. Like United don't need no promo. Like Manchester United are a worldwide thing. Like I've been away when you go on holiday and I say I'm from Manchester. Some people don't even speak English too well and be like Manchester United. Yeah, Manchester United. I go, of course. You know what I'm saying? Like this is the only thing you like, of course. No one care about City. You feel me? That's what it is. Okay. Man said, I said six and a trophy at the start of the season, and I stand by it. I got PTSD from previous seasons. Me too, man. I was going through it on Battle of the North. You know what I'm saying? And that, like, it was like Matisse put it very well and was like, Flawless has PTSD. And I'm like, yes, I still remember what happened last season. I still remember outside of the new signings, what these players have done over a 4, 5, 6 year period. That just don't evaporate for me just because of a good 6 months. but I hope to be wrong, and I hope we win the league title. So we can all imagine us if we won the league title, our fan base, after 10 years of not winning it. Big up to Kofi as well, says we need to win versus Crystal Palace first before we think about the Arsenal game on Sunday. Kofi from Ghana. Hey, locked in, man. Love to see people locked in from the motherland, man. Big up. And I'm with you on this. Crystal Palace, we'll talk about Arsenal, but Crystal Palace has to be the main focus. I'll state it again. Are they in poor form? Yes. But I don't expect them to be as bad as against us as they were against Chelsea and Spurs. They're going to be up for it. Midweek, the place is going to be rocking. And they owe their fans a performance, especially after their last couple of performances as well. Add in the Vieira factor. Let's not forget that. That's an Arsenal legend. Go on, Ivorian. Go on,
under
say
the
that again.
Park is a dangerous place. Under the floodlights, nightlight time with. It's a party atmosphere in there. I've been to Selhurst Park. I was a season ticket holder, and I know what it's like. I've seen Crystal Palace destroy Arsenal, and I went on AFTV to just be shameful about it. But yeah, it's not a place to go under the floodlights, especially on a weekday as well. It is not easy for a team to go there and get up those 3 points. And you've seen it in the past with Manchester United when they've been there. Sometimes we get the wins. Sometimes we get embarrassed by them. It's happened. So yeah, man, it's going to be a tough game.
I'm not taking any game for any game for granted. That's why I'm not just bypassing and overlooking Palace and going, yeah, we're just gonna roll through Palace. Like, no, I'm saying that. Like, I'm not. Like, yes, they're in poor form, but they're not Nottingham Forest. They're not Southampton. They're not a relegation side. And they have offensive players who can hurt you. When you have Zaha and you have Elise and you have Eze, you have players who, if they're on 10 that day, could be a problem. Again, am I expecting United to deal with it? Yes, because we're a better team than Crystal Palace. But to think we're just going to go there, and I'd love it to be like, yeah, 3-0 inside 60 minutes, game over. I don't think it's going to be that. I don't, but do I want to be wrong on that? Absolutely. And yes, we've gone over 60 likes. Big up to you lot. Let's go to 80 now. That's the next plan, man. 80.
Man. Make sure y'all subscribe too if this is your first time.
Yes, hit the subscribe button. It is road to 5K people, so make sure we're trying to get there expeditiously. You know what I'm saying? And Z, I'm not scared of Palace. I don't think they're playing well. Scared? No. Do I respect them? Yes. I'm saying because they have players who can hurt you. And he says last season we had Ollie and Ralph Ragnick. You cannot compare, bro. It's not a comparison. It's the players. I'm not comparing the manager. Are we better?
Yeah,
yes.
Still got them players, man.
We still got the players, man. They like the players is still there. As much as we're praising them, and rightfully so, they deserve the praise. Eddie just came on there and waxed lyrical about Luke Shaw, something I thought would never happen. That's why I was laughing before he even said it, because I knew the player he was going to mention, and Luke Shaw deserves all his credit and credentials. But I always look at the season and go, yo, what about injury? What happens when we lose? Because our fan base is going to go down into meltdown when we... Let us draw against Palace. Our fan base is going to go into meltdown. Let us draw 1-1 and it's not the best performance. I know this because we're not going to win every game from now till the end of the season. We're going to drop points somewhere. That's why I'm just keeping my feet on the ground with it. Big up to Daniel as well. Says big up everyone. Hope we are all good. Yeah, man, Daniel. Big up every single time. And he went to mention Jim Radcliffe wants Manchester United. Hey, put the money up, man. I keep saying this. Put the money up. Someone put the money up. One that says flawless. Yeah, go fam.
£50 is not put up, flawless. Can't just put the money up like that. Money needs to be transferred from certain accounts before they can put it up, bro. You get me? It might take 30 days to get that money.
Facts. They got to move it from the check-ins to the savings. You know what I'm saying? Is that what they're doing?
And it takes 30 days. You gotta move it from the check-ins to your savings.
And then the savings back to the check-ins. Yeah. That's what I'm saying. That's why I'm waiting to see in it. Because I've been hearing this people gotta understand pretty much since the Glazers have taken over. I've heard about rumors and reports about takeovers, and there hasn't been one bid in like 15 years. It's not been one bid in 15 to 20 years. So yeah, excuse me being skeptical, you know what I'm saying, about this. When I've been hearing rumors for 20 years and there's still no bid. One Done says, I'm from Jamaica. That's how we talk. Football in these streets, flawless is magic. You already know One Done, man. It's all love. You know what I'm saying?
One Done, you a legend out here in them streets, my boy. You a legend out here in these Sarcasm City streets, man.
Absolutely. You know what I'm saying? Absolutely.
Fuck your basketball team, but everything else is solid with me, boy.
Wait, who's his basketball team?
Boston.
Oh, is he Celtics fan? Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
yeah.
Fast. I understand why you would say that as a Laker. Daniel says
No faith.
Daniel says both need to put money where their mouth is. That's a fact. That's what I'm looking at, man. All this talking and doing up lip service and interviews is all well and good. Where's the money? Where's the show me the money? Like, that's what I'm saying. So we'll see. And yeah, man, if we draw against Palace or we lose to Arsenal or draw against Arsenal, yeah, the sky will fall. But then if we win these 2 games, it's 21. You know what I'm saying? We've won it already. We've won it the end of January. I call it like there's very little middle ground with some of you lot are mostly level-headed, but like within social media and the fan base, people get gassed up. And then people talk to me and be like, oh, I'm like, don't talk to, I'm not one of them. I don't do that. Like, I've never seen a title win in January. Never. Never has it happened. And I've been watching the Premier League a long time, people. And never have I seen of all the winners, somebody win it and pick up that trophy in January. So that's how I'm looking at it. Paul said, did you see Casemiro doing his best to try and get back on the pitch as the doctor tried to stop him after a slight injury? I did see that clip. And that just sums up Casemiro. Casemiro is what we call is he a passion merchant yet? But he's extremely talented. And I've stated this before. People are like having passion is a bad thing. And we mock it myself, run jokes about it as I do. But you can also be a vet. And that's what Casemiro has. He's passionate, but he also has a very good skill set. He's a technically very sound footballer, extremely intelligent. And Ivorian mentioned it. His passing range is ridiculous. I had no idea. And right foot, left foot. And him playing out from him beating a press as well, I think is severely underrated. Because he doesn't beat a press in a traditional manner where he'll receive the ball and he'll spin. He'll click the ball around the corner. And that's very, very tough to do. But because he does it in that fashion, people don't talk about it. Because we see McTominay struggle with that. Because he can't spin and he can't play clever balls around the corner into his teammates. And Daniel says, Palace away is hard, but United on form, so should be a win. We should win, yes. But Eddie, we'll go to you on that, actually. What midfield, I think I know what you're going to say, I'm still going to ask, what midfield pairing would you like to see, considering both Casemiro and Fred are a booking away from missing the Arsenal game?
Yeah, this Donny injury hurts because when I tell you I wouldn't even have Eriksen in there, just for the rest, I'll go McTominay because I'm just kind of thinking what the manager will probably do.
Yeah.
I can see him going McTominay. I could even see him putting a Mano in there. Like,
really? Okay.
I think he'll have to go to the kids because he's smart. Like, I think the best thing about what I saw from him on Sunday was like everybody knew what the answers to the test was with regards to how we had to play City, and he got it down to a T.
Yeah, he did.
So I expect him to understand the ramifications of putting Fred out there for extended minutes. Hey man, let me keep it clear about Pastor Fred. He a pastor, but sometimes he don't be acting pastor-like, if you catch what I'm saying. You can catch these studs to the back of your calf. You get tricky out here, man. He's bound for one of those. So you don't want him out there. And then Casemiro, again, he's the same way. You want him to play full tilt. You don't want him to have any hesitation. I do understand he's a smart footballer, but you don't want him to have to overly think in certain situations, which could lead to some hesitancy. So, yeah, that could be a makeshift midfield, and it could. I think the only thing that'll be solid will be our back line. I think our back line stays the same. I think Weghorst gets his first start along Anthony and Rashford. And I really do hope that we get to see some minutes from Sancho. I hope he's, I haven't heard anything about him being back, but I hope that, that's where it's trending because we just need the bodies, bro. We need Rashford for as much as he's doing. He picked up a little injury, and for me, it looked more like, that's just the wear and tear of these games.
Yes.
Almost picking up and affecting him a little bit. Muscles getting tighter. When that happens and you exert yourself past where your body is willing to go, that's how injuries happen. A lot of the injuries that he's had. So, I would. That's kind of my 11. But again, if he plays Casemiro, I think Casemiro. I have more faith in Casemiro than Fred
to not get booked.
Yeah, I think Fred. I think Casemiro can handle himself. Fred, it's Pastor Fred. Like I say, he can get unpassed like. He can get unpassed like real quick.
Nah, absolutely, and I think you made a great point on Casemiro. You don't want him out there with hesitation, thinking, "Oh, I can't make this tackle because I don't want to get booked." That's why I wouldn't play him. That's why I also wouldn't play Fred. Because again, I'll state this. Someone let me know in the chat if they both get booked, who plays away at Arsenal? Oof. Do we go there with Martinez, Eriksen, and Fred? I mean, Martinez, Eriksen, and McTominay. That's what, if we're trying to implement the same games, if we were trying to implement the same game plan as we did against City, it would have to be that. And that's much weaker than what we played against City. But it's a tough one. But again, this is why Ten Hag gets paid the big money, is to make these decisions. You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't, what's the word I'm looking for? I wouldn't want to have to make that decision. Like, I wouldn't, but then I wouldn't manage. You know what I'm saying? Because it's one of them. If he makes the changes and United lose, they'll get criticized. If he don't make the changes and United win, but Casemiro and Fred get booked, he'll get criticized. So you need it to go pretty much perfect. And we know football don't work like that. And then if he plays him when we win and then we play Arsenal and get beat, the whole conversation won't be, we beat Palace anyway. It would be, he should have rested against Palace, their weaker opposition, and saved them for the Arsenal game. But we've seen Ten Hag make changes, because we spoke on, ironically feels like deja vu speaking on this channel, on this show, about his approach to the City game and saying the whole Fred Eriksen, and I was saying, I'm cool with him playing both, drop Anthony and play Bruno wide right. And that's exactly what he did. And it worked. So again, it's tough. To Ryan, who says a lot of United fans aren't happy with this Radcliffe news. As to why, Ryan, why are they not happy with the Radcliffe news? Number one. Number two, our fan base loves to complain. You know that. Your fan base loves to complain. Further than that, Ryan, you love to complain. So you should know about these things. This shouldn't be a shock. This shouldn't be a surprise. You know what I'm saying? You've been complaining about Pep Linders for the past 2 months. So here we are. But I don't know anything about Radcliffe, apart from he's actually, you let me know, he's a Manchester United fan, correct? That's the only thing I know about him.
From
he's
Manchester.
An actual United fan. From Manchester.
From Salford, from Manchester, round the corner. You get me? Yeah. He's one of you, man. He's from the north.
He's from the north, which I don't even know if it's a good thing. I don't know, because I've said this. I don't know if I want a fan in charge. I don't really like that. I want someone who treats it as a business and like becomes a fan. I don't really want a United fan in charge. I don't want emotions to cloud their logic. Similar to what Abramovich did with Chelsea. Like, he bought Chelsea, became a fan, but his whole thing at Chelsea was be successful, win trophies. And obviously, I don't want us to be that cutthroat, but I want someone like with that in that mindset. You know what I'm saying? But hey, if we got a top red in charge, it could be worse, man. You know what I'm saying? We could have FSG. So here we are. Daniel says he's a Manchester United fan with a Chelsea season ticket, apparently. See, I don't know, man.
I've never seen my Chelsea football club. Well, why are people making these things up?
I don't know. I legit don't know. I've never
seen Sergio Ratcliffe on a Titantron or on a TV at Stamford Bridge with his hands waving up, saying hello to everyone. No, what is this? The guy don't have time for Chelsea. He was going to buy Chelsea during the summer with his company, but the money went right. You know, probably something told him that, nah, I can't do this, man. I can't buy Chelsea, man. I'm a Manchester United fan. I really want to buy Manchester United. You know, I've been wanting to buy them. You know what? I'm like I said before, Flawless. I will be happy with anyone that has the money, that cares about the club and wants to take them into the right direction. Doesn't matter to me who you are, as long as you are genuinely interested in taking Manchester United back to the top, and you will strive to get there, if it means you have to sack a few people there and there to get there. So it doesn't matter to me, man. It can be Sergio Ratcliffe. It can be a Manchester United fan. I don't care. I know we've all come out of that whole situation of being a fan, like Oli was a fan and he was managing the club, and everything we've done was just to make everyone nice. And you want someone that's cutthroat, let it be. But sometimes you want someone that loves the club too, not just the fan. Also loves the club and wants the club to always do well and willing to strive for that club. That's what I want as an owner.
100%. And you lot have just added Ivorian's channel to the title as well. So you can click the link right now as we're live and it will open up a new tab. You can go subscribe to his channel, check out all his great Manchester United content and follow him across all of his socials as well. And you're at 65 likes, 5 more. Let's get up to 70 people. There's just over 70 of you lot locked in. So let's get to 70 likes before we close out. Get your final few questions in. What else we got coming up today on the Twitch, people? Wolves versus Liverpool. FA Cup replay. That watch along will be going down on the Sarcasm City TV Twitch. And after that, we'll be back. ManDem United was another crossover, actually. ManDem United meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast. So the Manchester United Liverpool show, people. Latest edition, new show to the Sarcasm City TV roster. And I'll be joined, I'll let you lot know it's Saint. So big up to Saint LFC, you know what I'm saying? That's who me and him will be holding it down fortnightly on Tuesdays.
Hey, y'all got to tune in.
I'm saying, so yeah,
tune in. The realest ones. Go ahead,
exactly.
Tune in that.
So yeah, big up to Saint. He's not been streaming for a minute, but he's back and back about in it. So yeah, for those that know Saint, hilarious done. Only bad thing about him is he supports the ops. But yeah, man, that's my guy right there. That's legit it. Yanzo says, years ago, critics were saying that Man United couldn't win the league with kids, and Alex Ferguson proved them wrong. Arsenal deserved to win the league this season and prove the doubters wrong. Arsenal don't deserve to win the league until, it's going to sound real Michael Owen-ish, they have to accumulate more points than everybody else. There's no deserving to win the league to prove the doubters wrong. If Arsenal finish top of the league and win more games than everybody else and accumulate more points, guess what? They'll win the league. It's not a prove the doubters wrong thing. I just don't rate them that highly. I think they're a very, very good team. Do I believe they're good enough to win the Premier League? No. But I also don't think my own team is good enough to win the Premier League. So it's not a biased thing of hating of Arsenal. I don't want to sit here and say I think City will win the league, but I genuinely think they will. I think they have the best team and the best squad. So, like, this, I don't know what to say. As bad as they've been, as good as Arsenal have been, it's 8 points. You know what I'm saying? And Ryan talking about being too bitter, the irony. You know what I'm saying? Talk about the pot calling the kettle black. There we go in it. But, hey, Ryan, you also said that, I'm saying City will Real Madrid have no chance against Manchester City last season. So here we are in it. Take your opinions with a pinch of salt. Big up to Shaka, who says, big up to ManDem, big up to you as well. Ad says, I guess the one positive with Radcliffe is he will have a sister club in Nice, could be used as a link to loan talent and used as a scouting club, similar to how City Group or Red Bull Group. That's a great idea. We know
have y'all seen Nice? Have y'all seen Nice?
Are they good, Nice? I don't know.
Fam, it's pretty much the Premier League reject club of Ligue 1. Like, they got Barkley out there, my G. They got Barkley out here doing the numbers. So it's like, I think Pepe was over there. Like, he's practically just getting all of the dudes who can't cut it on a Prem roster, putting them on. If they had some kind of like clout before they definitely like were bigged up by the media before they got there. So it's difficult to say, man. It's difficult to say.
Yeah. What I would say is I like the loan idea. I like being able to loan players out there. And also youth players with the amount of French talent that is just coming out of Clairefontaine in general. That's the thing. That's what I'm looking at. More so the youth players.
Is his money really long like that? That's my only thing, bro.
I don't
know him like that. Because he's from out there. What I do know is if it's an American situation, run for cover.
Yeah, I know, innit?
Because what they do is mom just give you the credit card and say go crazy, but they don't got no structure. We ain't got no sugar in the house, but mom want to give me the credit card to go buy what I want to buy. We ain't got no groceries. Mom, go have the groceries. You know what I'm saying? This is how it goes, brother. We'll see, man. We'll see.
Yeah, because I legit don't know if his money's long. But again, once he makes a bid, we'll know from the bid. When the details come out from the bid, because the bid's going to be north of 4, 5, 6 billion. It's going to be something.
At least 5. They're saying. I think 5. They say they want the Glazers want 5. And you know what the worst part about this shit is? They know they're using the fact that we're on a good run of form to try to drive up the price. But I'm trying to figure out, if y'all know this, why aren't y'all dropping the bag? That way you can put up the price even more.
That's true. Invest money to make money.
A short-term investment. I mean, again, if it's a loan, like again, you and I didn't hear your thoughts on Weghorst, Ivorian, and what you thought. I'm interested to hear it, but I was like, bro, for $3 million, bring him through, right? if we can get another body in here for that amount of money, we got to do it. We got to, because we are in. I think we're the only team in all 4 of these competitions still.
Yeah.
Yes. You're right.
So we shit. The more the merrier. Like, unless your name is McTominay or Phil Jones, or the list goes on. Maguire. Hey man, I saw you. That was the best part of this stream too. I saw y'all speaking on Maguire possibly leaving. You should have seen the tears. That one single tear just rolling down my cheek. It just happens. Pure happiness, though, people. Pure happiness.
I hear you, man. I hear you, fam. I hear what you're saying with that. But yeah, with Radcliffe, like I said, it's all speculation, so I don't know. And his ad says, just for comparison, Newcastle owners are worth 320 billion, and then the company, or is that person who owns, Victor was talking about, owns Mercedes, the Mercedes team in F1. They say Radcliffe is personally worth 15.5 billion, and then Ineos has an operating revenue of 61 billion. I say these are all big numbers.
And any company, they're officially an energy in it, so
okay.
Forever making money.
Yeah, we got
to wait. Say less.
Yeah, we just gotta wait. We just gotta see. Like I said, I like this. Like, I don't even need Newcastle or City rich owners. Just give me owners so we can compete in the market. That's all I want. Give us the ability to compete. I'm not saying be top of the list. I'm not saying go spend 250 million on one player or go splash 800 million in a transfer window. I'm just like, all right, say we go in the summer and we want to sign. Say we want to go in for a centre back like that. Kim Min-jae, just using him as an example. That if other teams are in for him, we can compete. Claradonna, who's at Napoli. I'm not saying go and sign him, but we can compete. Same with Enzo Fernandez, Jude Bellingham. And again, people, I'm just using these as examples. Not saying go and sign all of these players. I'm saying if we wanted to. If Ten Hag was like, I want Bellingham, we can go and compete with Real Madrid and Liverpool and other teams who are in there. Like, our money's good. That's where I want. Put us in the race. You know what I'm saying? But not this title race that we can't win, a genuine race. You know what I'm saying? Where we could win the player's signature. That's how I'm looking at it. But yeah, final few questions. We're 4 off 70. We're at 66 likes, people. So let's bump that up before we close out the show. Don't forget to go follow the Twitch as well. Link for that is underneath in the description.
Hey, I'm gonna let y'all two hold it down. I'm gonna let y'all two hold it down, man. Appreciate y'all having me on, man. Ivorian come through on Thursday. Good seeing you, my G. All right, y'all enjoy your time, man. For real.
Yo, Eddie, love every time. Yeah, I'll catch up with you soon, fam. Yeah,
yes, sir. Yes, sir. All right, chat. Y'all hit that like and subscribe. Don't forget it.
Yes, hit the subscribe button, people. Hit the subscribe button. Don't forget that his road to 5K. Like I said, I'm actually going to find certain way I can check the subscriber number and see it go up. So then we can actually do subscriber check. You know what I'm saying? As well as like check 1212, subscriber check 1212 is also what we're going to start, because it's working, because the numbers have been boosted. So big up you lot, man. We're trying to get to 5K. We're trying to get to 5K. But I think that's it. Anything else? Obviously, this is the first time you've been on this year, Ivorian. Anything else you want to add that you've not spoken on? It could be something from last year, something from this year, Ten Hag, a certain player, a certain result, whatever you want to discuss.
Oh yeah, definitely. Of course, last time we met, we haven't spoken since that Pussy left as well on the show. You guys know who I'm talking about. CR slithering, which has been fantastic, and we guys know how better we are without CR slithering, and look at him now, he's signing for a club like Al Nassr, man. Oh, good for him. And also as well, we've now touched it out, because we haven't really discussed my thoughts on Manchester United being up for sale, which I'm happy about.
Yeah, go for it.
Manchester United being up for sale. No, I'm absolutely happy about it, because it's been a long time coming, and we've prayed for times like this. Word to Meek Mill, innit? Word to Eddie.
Pray for times like this.
We've been praying for times like this, and it's come. But the one thing that we gotta say is that can we not get sold anytime soon? That's what I gotta say, because it's nice to know that we're up for sale. But can we not get sold anytime soon so we can move on to the next phase of our project, because that's the only thing that holds us, Like, for example, Flawless, imagine if we sold the club by December. In January now, we'll probably be looking to invest and reinforce the club, reinforce the team with players to take us further into the project that we're currently at. So that's the only sad thing. But apart from that, man, it's been great, man. Being a Manchester United fan so far is good. Like, I'm happy. Every week, I'm looking forward to a game. And it hasn't been like that for like, what, 5 years? You know, sometimes you wake up, you're like, oh, I got to do a watch along again. Do I really want to do this? You get me? Why did I sign for this?
Facts.
You get me?
Facts.
But now I'm like,
Trust
yeah,
me.
let's enjoy this match. You know, it's been a true blessing, and it's been enjoyable under Erik ten Hag, man. And the football's coming to light. You know, it's not the Erik ten Hag that he wants the team that the way he plays, but it's getting there slowly. You know, the passing is getting better. The way we're attacking, everyone working as a team has improved tremendously. You know, the belief. You know, everyone's high fiving each other and all that kind of stuff. Just hold on, my door's ringing.
It's cool now. That's Ratcliffe, man. That's Ratcliffe, fam. Yeah, it's cool. Yeah, no stress, man. No stress. It's all good. Big up to Ivorian. Yanzo, I already responded to a comment. No spamming or you will be blocked. No spamming. Ad says, if we win against Palace and then against Arsenal, how long do you think we can continue winning or at least remain unbeaten? Well, I believe after Arsenal, the 3 games are the 3 cup games. We got the 2-legged semi-final in the Carabao Cup against Forest and then the Reading game in between that. So what I would say is I would expect us to win those 3 games. 110%, I would expect us to win those 3 games. And then after that, I don't know. I'm not sure about our fixture list. But one thing I will say is, I was discussing this with Surfer after doing the most yesterday. United's games are in quick succession. Like we played the 18th, then we Arsenal on Sunday, then I think we played the 25th, then the 28th, then the 31st, then the 4th of Feb, then I think it's the 8th. And then we go into the Europa League games as well. Never mind if we win the FA Cup game, that's another fixture in there. Never mind if we get past Barcelona, that's another 2 games as well. And this is why I keep banging on about the squad and squad depth. And that could hamper in our Premier League because we're going to see a McTominay and Fred midfield that we don't want to see. This is going to happen. We're going to see Maguire and Lindelof. Shouts to Wan-Bissaka as well. That's someone who deserves another shout out. Big up to Wan-Bissaka because he's in good form. But and players are going to get injured as well, and loss of form will happen and things of this nature. So that's why I'm holding my horses with the Premier League. And I can't lie, I'm looking at the Carabao Cup currently because we can win that in February. We can't win the Premier League, FA Cup, or Europa League in February. But you know what we can win? The Carabao Cup. So get past Forest over them 2 legs this month. Get past Reading and get through to the 5th round of the FA Cup. Bear in mind, Liverpool or Wolves are going out. Chelsea are already out. Arsenal play City. Spurs will probably eventually bounce out to somebody. And then that opens the door. Newcastle are out of the FA Cup as well. So that's what I would say. But here we are. Now, Paul, I don't have that type of money to be investing in roofs. I gotta keep this roof over my head. You know what I'm saying? Never mind Manchester United's roof. You know what I'm saying? I gotta keep this roof over my head. Sid says, hello, bro. Hey, big up to you, Sid, man. Every single time, man. Big up to you. Big up to you. But yeah, I think that's it. I think we've. Oh yeah, anything else again? Yo, Ivor, you've not been here, so you know. Anything else you want to speak on?
No. I've said what I need to say. You know, I'm extremely happy of what's going on at Manchester United, man. Just new owners would be beautiful, and new people upstairs would be beautiful. But let's see how it goes, man. And for Arsenal against Arsenal, let's hope so. You know, I'm hoping that we win. You know, because I'm done tired of hearing these men talk a lot of shit. I'm tired of seeing Troops' post every time they win a game with the you know the post I'm talking about, innit?
Shout out to Troops every time.
Post. Yeah, every time, bro. The DJ Khaled, I'm tired of it, bro. I want to see these men cry. I want to see these men in pain. But you know what? They deserve it, innit? Like they deserve the success. They deserve what is going on for them. Good for them. But you know, I want to see it come to an end this weekend, and I hope we be the team that beats them back to back. You know. Yeah,
I fully hear that. I big up Sports Capital. Hey, big up to Sid every single time as well. Large up to you. Big up all the members. Don't forget, link for the membership is in the pinned comment, people. So make sure you check it out. And let me not forget as well. Shout out to the official sponsor of Sarcasm City TV. Latest Trends, people. Latest Trends is an online designer clothing store, people. So it's online store, designer clothing at cheaper prices. You got menswear on there, female wear on there, kids wear on there, plus more, people. So make sure you check it out. All of your top designer brands are on there. You can see it on the screen, people. Armani, Boss, Dolce & Gabbana, D Square 2, Givenchy, Off-Whites, Palms Angels, Stone Island, Versace. The list goes on. It's also got trainers on there as well. So make sure you check it out. www.thelatesttrends.net. That's www.thelatesttrends.net. Also, make sure you follow the Instagram as well. The Latest Trends. Make sure you check out the website. Go treat yourself, people. Go treat yourself, treat your other half, your kids, a mix of both, all free people. So yeah, make sure you check it out. But go follow the Instagram and go browse the website, people. Go bump up the numbers. Big up to my guy Jez every single time in the cut as well. Says big up everyone, hit the like button. And the link for the latesttrends.net is underneath in the description as well. I'm going to drop it in the chat before we close out. Sports Capital says United to win 3-1 on Sunday. Before we even get to Sunday, we're going to start with Wednesday. Ivorian, score prediction. United away at Crystal Palace. What are you telling me?
I'm in joyful mood, man. I'm going for 3-1 Manchester United. We need to get those goal difference up, man. It's nice to see that we're in +8, I think almost +10. But I want to see more goals, man. 3-1 Manchester United.
Saying 3-1 Manchester United. And okay, switching to Sunday. Prediction.
Yes, 2-1 to Manchester United, you know. No, I'm confident. I'm not saying I'm confident against Arsenal, but I know what my team are capable of doing. Even though it's the Emirates Stadium, I believe we can get a win there. You know, I truly do believe we can get a win at Emirates Stadium and just burst the bubble and go home all happy. 6 points.
Right, so Ivorian saying 6 from 6. Obviously, closer to the time, I'll give my Arsenal. I give my Arsenal prediction. But in terms of Palace, I'm gonna say 2-0 Manchester United. I think we beat Palace 2-0. That's what I'm going with. Obviously, ManDem United will be back Thursday, people. So you get it 4 times a week, people. You get Mondays, Tuesdays, Thursdays, and Fridays, all 4:30 p.m. people, all at the same time. Obviously, you'll catch Ivorian on Tuesdays. Eddie, even though he dropped in here today, you'll catch him on Fridays. But with Ivorian and Eddie, they both have open door policy on ManDem United. So if something big happens and Ivorian's like, I want to join Monday, he'll be here Monday. Same with the Thursday, same with the Friday, and same with Eddie. That's why you see Eddie here now. Big up to Daredevil as well. Good to see you in the chat. Says big up Flawless, Ivorian, and everyone else. Love from the USA. My main targets are the EFL Cup and the FA Cup, but then take the Premier League game by game, and we'll see where we go. Come on, United. I hear you, Daredevil. I hear you. That's how I'm looking at it. Daredevil says my prediction is 2-1 win against Palace and 2-1 win at the Emirates. So he's going 2-2-1 wins. Paul saying 2-0 United, and Sports Capital, like I said, is 3-1 on Sunday. But Ivorian, blessed to have you back as always. Anything you want to add, let the people know where they can find you. Anything you want to promo you got coming up tonight, tomorrow, the rest of the week, etc.
First of all, big up to everyone. Make sure you continue smashing that like button and subscribe to this channel. And for those who are watching the playback, make sure you let Flawless know your thoughts, any comments, anything that you like to say, post your comments. But for me, if you want to find me and you want to know what I've got, tomorrow we do another watch along for the Crystal Palace game. So make sure you have both channels on, tuned in to watch the watch along. And of course, watch along again this weekend for the Arsenal game. And of course, you can find my weekly podcast. I don't do it on YouTube no more. I do it on Instagram. So for those who want to know, yesterday was a show. So if you go on Instagram on Red United TV 1, you can watch the catch up. But as for me, if you want to follow me, I've run _Spice across all social media platforms. And that's it, man. I'm just glad to be back. Happy New Year to everyone.
Big up, man. And the link for Red United TV is in the title, people. So you can click the title, you can click the link in the title, and it opens up a new tab and it takes you to Ivorian's channel, and then you can find all his socials through there as well. But love to everyone that's locked in. Like I said, we're back tonight on the Twitch. So the next live stream from Sarcasm City TV is on the Twitch. It's the Wolves versus Liverpool watch along FA Cup replay. I believe it kicks off. It's 8 p.m. or 7:45, but we'll start 15 minutes before kickoff anyway. So I think it's 8 p.m. So make sure you head over to that. Download the Twitch app for free and sign up, people. If you are a fan of Sarcasm City TV, I can't express this enough. If you're a fan, get over to the Twitch because there's content over there you don't get over here. So you get Premier League watch-alongs over there, FA Cup watch-alongs over there, the NBA watch-alongs over there, NFL watch-alongs over there, the fan calling shows, plus more. So make sure you head over to the Twitch. You download the app for free, sign up for free, and in the same way you watch and comment on YouTube. And of course, like I said, new addition to the Sarcasm City TV roster. ManDem United podcast meets the Analysis at Anfield podcast, the Manchester United Liverpool show with my boy Saint in it. So for those that know Saint, hilarious, done, great content creator, and we'll be discussing all things Manchester United Liverpool. I'm here hoping the first show we'll be discussing Liverpool going out of the FA Cup to Wolves tonight. So we'll see. You know what I'm saying? We'll see. But again, love to everyone that's locked in, and appreciate everyone supporting. We have gone over 70 likes. We're at 75, so salute, and subscribe to the channel Sarcasm City TV. But this has been the ManDem United podcast live on the Sarcasm City TV YouTube. Big.
Peace.